Hi, Ori. It's Lisa Harris, and I hope I'm pronouncing your name correctly. Let me know. I have your Outside the Book Getting Started assignment in front of me, and I want to show you how to clean it up and get it just absolutely perfect. It looks like you probably just ran out of time, but I'm still going to go over all of the things starting from what I see here. So the first thing I want to do is clean up what I see here, and then I'll add in the tasks that are missing. So a couple of things. One, there's calendar icons here, not on all the tasks, but on some of them. And these are rigid task constraints. In contrast, this row here doesn't have one, and I want to show you what's different about this one. When I double click on this one, so I'm double clicking on the row header, I get the task information dialog box, and I go to advanced. And the constraint type is as soon as possible, which is the most flexible. It means the task can be flexible. So I'm going to click OK. Here, any one of these with the icons, if I double click, the task constraint is something more specific down here, like start no earlier than, and it has a date. You want to switch this to as soon as possible with no date. That's the default, and when I click OK, you can see removes that calendar icon. So I want to remove all these, and I do that by double clicking, as soon as possible, no date. Same thing down here, double click, as soon as possible, no date. Double click, as soon as possible, no date. And the last one, double click, as soon as possible, no date. Okay, great. There's a little extra row down here. I'm just going to right click and delete that, clean that up. Okay. The next thing I notice is there are some missing tasks, and the durations need to be fixed as well. First, I'm going to put the tasks in. We are missing the research phase. You can see from the screenshot we need research phase, research site, and interview content owners. So let's insert here 3 rows. So I'm going to highlight 3 rows, right click, insert, and we need research phase, and I'm forgetting, let's see, research site, interview content owners. Okay. And then what I'm going to do is put these tasks in auto schedule mode, which you've got here. It's great. So I'm going to highlight these 3 tasks, come up here, I'm in the ribbon in the task tab, click auto schedule. Okay. I also need to indent. Here's going to be the summary task. I need to indent the tasks below it. So I highlight them and use this indent button, and that, the indentation you did for these others looks great. Okay, that's all set. Now I just need to make sure that all these durations are set. If there's a question mark, that means nothing's been typed there yet, so this should be 0. Okay, and this one, launch site, this should also be 0. These are milestones. Okay, and then let's check in. It looks like this one's 3 and 2. Now I never typed the 5 days. That's like an auto sum. It's like an auto sum at the top. So this is 3 and 2, and you can see when I do that, it automatically tracks it up here. Now it's not quite accurate yet because I have to get the predecessors. Alright, we'll get that in a bit. This is 5, 2, and 3. So 5, 2, 3. Again, I never touch these summary rows. I never do the durations. Those are automatically calculated. Again, it's like an auto sum. And I know this is 10 and 2. Okay. Now, we're going to see those auto sums work out when we get the durations in here, or not the durations, the linking, the predecessors. Now, you can see in your predecessors, you just got a couple here, and I don't know if you maybe used a shortcut that didn't work out, like the linking button, but really the best way, and the way I recommend in the beginning when you're new to this, is just match the screenshot. Pretend this is Excel, and you have to type those numbers exactly in the cells that are shown here. Okay? So in other words, There's nothing in the first row. There's nothing in any of these summary tasks. Notice none of the summary tasks have a predecessor. We're just linking the actual tasks. Okay, so if I match this screenshot, that means I come back here. I'm going to get rid of that, but I want 1 here because for this row, its predecessor should link up to this task. This should be 3, okay, right? Because this task links up to 3. And for fun, let me move the Gantt chart bars. You're going to see them start to come into place here. Okay, nothing here because this is a summary task. This one should link up to row 4. And this one should link up to 6. And this should actually go to 7. And this one's a summary task, so nothing there. Okay, this one should go to 8. This one should go to 10. And this one should go to 11. Okay, and now, let me zoom this down a little bit, you can see the Gantt chart bars look just perfect, right? I'll move this over a little bit. But then now they're all stair-stepping just like we expect. Okay, next thing. The next thing is the dates. Right now it starts on the 29th and it ends on the 6th. We want it to start on the 7th. Now you never want to type dates. You don't, if you're typing dates, something's wrong. All you have to do is make sure your indentation is correct, your durations are correct, and your predecessors are correct, and the dates will line up. There's one exception, or maybe 2 exceptions, and one of them is the start date. Now the start date still is not entered here. You don't type it here. You go to Project, Project Information, and this is where you set it. So this is the overall project start date. And we want to set it to start on Tuesday, January 7th. Okay, and then I'll click OK, and you can see it adjusts. So it's starting on the 7th now. Now it looks good at this point. Starts on the 7th, ends on the 13th. It's exactly what the screenshot wants. So I'll bet you've got your exception days, but I just want to double check. The other thing to look for is exception days, and those are in the calendar. So I'm going to go to Change Working Time, and yeah, perfect. You've got MLK Day on the 20th, right? That's why this day's blocked off. And thus, if you look through the calendar, no one's going to be working on that Monday. So it's absolutely perfect at this point. All the dates line up. So what I'd like you to do, if you can, is take your project, fix it just like I've described, and resubmit it for full credit. These are the fundamentals in project, and I just want to make sure everyone feels really comfortable with these fundamentals. All right, thanks, Ori, and I'll talk to you soon.